y'all, it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl. And over here, I like to focus on all things vinyl, sublimation, and screen printing. I don't focus on perfection because without mistakes, how else are you supposed to learn anything? I have over 15 years of professional experience, if you want to call it that. So you might see things done a little bit differently over here than what you're used to seeing them. I am extremely honest about affiliate codes and when products are sent to me. So if that sounds like something you're into, you might want to stick around and join the Cuttin Corners family. If not, then you might want to buzz on, because my honeybees, they have a real sting to them. So, for today's video, it's a highly requested one. We're going to go over how to do some extremely intricate layered text in Cricut Design Space. So something similar to what I have on my shirt. So if you want to see how that's done, then stay tuned. I am using fonts from Fabrica. I pay for the subscription service every month myself. I do have a link in the description box that is an affiliate link if you're interested. Now, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. I use the $29.99 a month service, but it does get you commercial access. Now, I do have a new tutorial that we are doing once a month for the Patreon, which is going to be the first Wednesday of every month. That does have to do with Fabrica, but you can use any type of downloads that you're wanting to do. I have that linked in the description box. This isn't me pushing like affiliates or anything like that. You can use whatever you want to. It's just some things that I am offering as well. And I do have the CorelDRAW set up Facebook as well, if you're interested. So as you can see, I just grabbed the square shape off of the side of my toolbar. Now I'm going to change this to a lighter gray shade so we can see what we're doing. I'm just grabbing this for a background shape. So now I'm going to go to my text and we're going to type out in lower cases, it is, and we're going to need that phrase twice. I'm only going to type it out once because we're going to type it out, it is what it is, because I say that all the time. And I've had people request that for a t-shirt design, so I was like, well, let's use it for this, because I've had lots of requests to do this, and we're not going to do the full slicing because it's going to take forever. And I am doing this tutorial for 3 different programs, and it's all going up on the same day. So it's like, well, yeah, let's do it this way. Okay. First off, we're going to change the fonts. We're going to choose my system fonts, and we're going to take it off of only current fonts. So for the small text, we're going to choose B Hearts because I love this font. Now, for what, we're going to choose Funky Dory. I love fonts. I love fonts more than humanly possible. I don't know about y'all, but I love fonts. I have a problem. Okay, so this one, we're going to go ahead, and I changed this to the bold, and I'm going to change the size of this to 10 inches wide, and I am going to change this to 1 inch tall. Now, because this is a little bit on the thin side, I am going to go ahead and offset this before I do anything. I'm going to bring this down to 015 and apply it. Okay. So I'm going to take those two and I'm going to weld it together. And let's make sure that is in black. Perfect. Now, this I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste. Now, for you, I am going to go ahead and offset again, but we're going to make it a little bit bigger. We're going to do 05. Let's see what that looks like. I think that'll be good. Now for this part, we're going to change it to white. Okay, so we like both of those. We're going to go ahead and group. I've been designing this in other programs, that's why it's kind of easy for me to do. We're going to copy and we're going to paste. So let's go ahead and take you and you and set you off to the side. So we're going to take you and we're going to make you black. And I'm going to take and I'm going to outline the bottom layer with a rather large outline because we're going to create a drop shadow. So let's try 0.15. Let's try 2. I think that's too big. Let's try 1/8. I like that. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take both of those and weld it together. And place it over here. We're going to put you towards the back. Okay, let's change the color of you. Let's make you purple. Okay, so again, making a drop shadow really isn't super hard to do. It's learning kind of how to do it. With your top layer of text, if you're doing it for text, is placing it upwards depending on where your pretend light source is. So it's upwards and at an angle, kind of like this. It's kind of where your sunlight would be coming from. But one of the best ways to make it look best is to have like an extra outline around it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to give it a little bit more outline. So we're going to do 025. No, let's do 05. Let's see what that looks like. I think that'll be good. Okay, so let's change that to the white. Okay, see how much better just adding that extra white outline did? Let's weld that. Perfect. Now these pieces we're going to go ahead, not you. Okay, now we want to bring the purple down here. in group. Okay. I want to kind of twist this to kind of give it a little bit more visual interest. You see what I mean? Like adding something like that just gives it a little bit something extra. Sometimes if people, whenever you're doing stuff like that, giving it something more for that is all that you need to do. It really does kind of help do something. I don't know. For me, that's kind of always something I like to do. It definitely helps, like, with what I like. It's like, give me something more than just plain text. Because anybody can do plain text. What's going to set your stuff apart from everybody else? Well, give you something different. Well, this gives you something different. Or at least in my opinion, it gives you something different. And again, you can kind of play with how it's all laid out. Let's see, I think that needs to be a little bit smaller. It's like I do this and every design is slightly different. Just slightly. Don't ask me why. They just are. But yeah. So it is what it is. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. You okay, Bubba? But yeah, we'll see you in the next one.